Hello there, David here, and I just received my new Spark Core in the mail recently, and so I thought I'd put a little video together to talk about what comes in the package, as well as to show how easy it is to get one of these devices online. So I have my Spark Core with me, a laptop that allows me to log into my account in the cloud, the Spark app running on my iPhone, and a USB wall plug. So first of all, let's see what we have inside of our box. This is the original Spark Core, and inside the box here we have a nice multilingual packaging with a URL to where we could start with a website, and to get started, to see some tutorials. Inside the packaging here we see the core itself mounted on a nice little breadboard that comes with it. Here you see the Wi-Fi chip and a little USB for power. Inside a little branding sticker, and this also comes with a branded USB cable, so we're going to use that as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is get this device up and running and show how easy it is, pretty straightforward actually, to get this thing connected to the internet and controlled by the app that's running on the phone. So this is a nice little device. It has 10 digital output, 10 digital I/O pins, and no, I'm sorry, 7, as well as 7 analog I/O as well that can also be programmed to be digital. This is a mode button, and we also have a reset button as well. And up here there's a little tiny LED that's connected to the digital 7 pin, and we're going to be using that in a little bit in our demonstration. So first of all, let's get the USB plugged in, and then we'll start using the apps. Alright, so the first thing that we'll take a look at is the web IDE, where I can show that I don't have any cores yet listed into my account. We're going to fix that in a little bit. And here we have the app running on my phone. I already registered and have an account, so I'm simply going to log in. And the first thing that the app does is it went up to the Spark Cloud, saw that I don't have any cores registered to my account, and so it wants to connect a core. And so it's looking at the Wi-Fi network that my phone is on. It pulls the SSID down from that and asks me what the password is. So I'm going to be putting that in just a second. But first, let's get the power onto the chip. I'm going to try to do this with one hand here while holding the camera. All right. So the status so far is that blue blinking lights telling me that the chip is ready to receive Wi-Fi credentials. So we're going to start that process now. And let's see. So this happens in a pairing mode. It's going to send out a signal that the app on my phone can recognize, and it will send the password, the SSID and the password, over to the core. So I entered my password, and if all goes well, that blue light will start to go solid. The blinking blue light will go solid blue in just a second. There we go. Solid blue, that means that the credentials are being sent over. Okay, so went all crazy rainbow. So the default name that the system has given this core is called, what does it say, Crazy Dozen. So let's get rid of that random name. Let's call this instead maybe Dave's Core. Say OK. And so now we're taken to the Tinker app. And you can see that the status lights on here are now different as well. That means that the Tinker app is running on the core itself. Now, one thing I want to do here, just to show that the phone is no longer strictly paired with the core anymore, let's go to Settings. And I'm going to turn off the Wi-Fi, show that the Bluetooth is off as well, so I'm really only communicating over the cell network at this point. But if I go back to the core app, now remember that about that little blue light that I showed that was connected to D7? If we go to D7 and take that and make it a digital write signal, now whenever we change that high, there you go. You can see that the D7 light goes high. Change it low, high, low, high, low. So the app running on the phone is now going over the cellular network and hitting the Spark cloud, hitting the endpoints there, and it's the Spark cloud that's sending information back over the internet through the Wi-Fi network that this is configured onto now, and now I'm controlling the digital I/O through the internet. Coming back over to the web interface here, if I refresh the screen, we should be able to now see the core that is listed on the account. And there we go, Dave's core. So I could start modifying code, and in fact I think we could do that real fast. Let's do a blinking LED, and there's a default program here where we can make things blink about 1 second on, 1 second off. Let's make it a little bit more dramatic. So we change the code here so it'll blink really fast. Let's flash this code. All right, the device is already starting to get the new firmware download. Now it's resetting. Going through the loading process. It's turning green, getting the Wi-Fi credentials, trying to hook up to the network. And there you go. Now it's running the new firmware that we sent down to blink the light really fast. So there we go. In under 10 minutes, we took the Spark core out of the box, connected it to the Wi-Fi, loaded up a program, modified the program, reflashed it, and it's a pretty cool little device. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with it, and I hope you do too. Bye-bye.